Don't cringe.
Welcome to Riverbend Talent on WVGZ. Brought to you by the Halpin Music Company.
Another Riverbend Talent on the Big Z, brought to you by the Halpin Music Company and by Mr. Matt Van Voorhis of Macias Insurance. And see Chance to Sing Along, of course, underway down at Morrison's Irish Pub. Across the line, already underway at Fast Eddie's. They go until 10. Nick Sturgis underway at George's Pub and Grill in Jerseyville. He goes till 9 o'clock. We got the Opera Edwardsville Christmas Show. 7:30 at the Wild E in Edwardsville. Schaefer and Sims, and one of them, 6 to 9 at Big Daddy's in Edwardsville. Blake Bolts, 6 to 9 at the Cabin at Judy Creek and Glen Carbon. I got you now. Boise Lester, 7 to 10 at Deutsch Village Inn in Palm Beach. Michelle, it does the night before Christmas, 6:30 down at the Mill in Granite City. Dustin Coleman, 7 to 10 at Pavia's, the pizza place in Granite City, and Madeline Holbrecker underway already at the Prairie Inn. She goes until it looks like 8:30, and of course, Experience Live Music Row going on. I got you potted down. I got control of your microphone now, Pigpen, with our brand new digital board here in the studios. I will now allow you to enter.
I'm not. I don't think I'm on there still. Am I on there? I can't hear myself.
See, I'm in control.
See? Oh, there it is. There it is. Now I hear it. Wow. As soon as I hit
the wrong Copeland.
As soon as I hit my button to talk and it didn't come on, it hit me. Oh, wow. I have to wait for him.
You do.
He's not going to let me come in until I no longer get to come in whenever I want.
Oh, man.
This is going to be stifling.
Yeah. So how about the brand new revamped studio, Pigpen? What do you think?
It is slick. You had told me, so last week we got a new production board down the hall. Nice. And you said today they were going to be changing our main board, but I didn't know we were going to get this new slick look here, man.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, I feel so fancy pants.
Yeah, there you go. And take it from here, Pigpen. At this point, I get to take a nap.
So for how many years? 10 years? 8, 9 years? I don't know. We've been on for a minute. A long time. But the whole time, we have the same voice that does the introduction.
We do, and it's because it's so cute.
It's so cute. And that is the voice of my daughter, Lydia Copeland. Hello, Lydia.
Hello, Sean.
Yeah, you lean in just a wee bit more to the mic.
Hello, Sean.
Hilarious. Pigpen.
Sorry.
Sean.
I like Sean.
I bet that was weirder. That was way weirder.
So weird.
And next to my lovely daughter is her lovely friend Briana.
I appreciate that.
Little Bree.
That's my papa right there.
And you are my gift to myself today. I am happy to have my daughter on and her friend Briana. They've been making videos. How long have you been doing videos together?
Oh, I think it's been about 7 or 8 months, right?
It seems like it's been longer than
It
that.
might have been longer.
Yeah.
Let's see. I couldn't tell you.
No, I think more like 10 months.
Yeah, I was gonna say because you guys were doing like TikTok videos and things of this nature, which is so cool to me because growing up with being into like doing videos like you guys did, we had to have cameras, you had to get the film developed, you had to send it through a board to try and edit it. And the new generation always has a camera in their pocket and digital software right there in their hands to do the editing.
It's not always a great thing.
It's not as slick looking as when you have, say, probably even a GoPro like what we're using here. Although some of the new camera phones are pretty slick.
Camera phones?
Them there new camera phones.
He's reminiscing on his last birthday. Ever. Maybe. So, he's getting a little old.
My last. So anyway, you guys have been making videos, getting back to it, for a little under a year, let's say. And the creativity that goes into it and everything, you guys, I've been digging it. I've been watching it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna discuss your your videography and how did it first start? What gave you your first idea?
Well, we both hate working, but we kind of like money, so we decided we would get famous, and we just had all these ideas, and we just were in Walmart one day, and we were like, hey, let's whip out a camera, and we just started.
Yeah.
So almost all famous people start with the idea of, I don't want to work, but I like money. No, I don't know all of them, but most. So you guys just had an idea, whipped out a camera, and it was in Walmart.
Yeah.
So this is what whenever I was a youngster, many moon ago, we called it guerrilla filming, where you just kind of roguely go into a business. And
Actually, a gorilla cage. That's why it's gorilla filming. Literal gorillas. There was one over at the St. Louis Zoo who would throw poop at us. That was our favorite.
soft bread poo.
Right.
Later, we will be throwing warm stool at each other.
I'm so excited.
You can be a part of it or not. It's.
Oh, I'll be there.
Look, it's a Christmas tradition.
I think I'll take control.
So you guys shoot your first video, and like, you just basically whip out a phone.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And do it. And at this point, are you thinking in terms of like, how do you put it together? Have you thought about? Are you trying to just shoot a one shot?
We just kind of we would like find a funny background in Walmart. Like we found this poster of like a girl in a bikini, and I just started yapping on film.
Right. And there was also this like doll that could imitate anything you said, and I mean anything you said. So that came in handy.
Well, sure. So what you just said though about just freestyling, basically, I call it the stream of consciousness. You just open it up and let it flow. Dennis kind of alluded to that earlier, where he was saying that
That's me.
that years ago,
You guys know me as Pat. Just wanted to straighten out the record there.
Thank you so much.
his Christian name is Dennis.
His Mormon name.
His Mormon name is Dennis.
The name my mother gave me,
Yes.
who was
God give
listening.
Hi, Mama Bash.
And she
Hi, Mama.
thinks that voice that starts this show is the cutest.
It is the cutest little thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
You won't let us change it.
Dennis's voice.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
mine. Impersonating Lydia.
So let me think about it. You're 16 years old. That had to be about 9 years ago. So
Yeah,
you're about
something like that.
7 when you did that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, back to what I was bringing up is the first video is basically what I call stream of consciousness, just a free rap, we'll
Yeah.
say. Dennis had alluded to this earlier that when he first kind of connected with you over aliens, he picked up on your ability to improv stories because he was throwing some alien stuff at you and you couldn't wait to come back at him.
Oh, man, it was amazing.
I appreciate
It
that.
was. I mean, we really had a good time.
So, and still to this day, aliens, they're happening, right?
Yes,
They're
they
happening.
are.
I mean, they are happening all over New Jersey. I mean, kind of everywhere now at this point.
But New Jersey kind of makes sense.
It makes. I mean, what's their population now? Like what? 9 million.
9.2 million.
9.2 million.
Well, and if to study humanity, to study Earthlings, they probably watch TV.
Right.
Yeah, it is.
And if they saw Jersey Shore, they're like, those are the people we go after first. New Jersey is to America what America is to the... No, I'm sorry.
No.
So you said earlier today that you thought aliens were going to descend on New Jersey
Absolutely.
and devour them.
I did say that. I still stand by that. You know, they like to say it's the government, whatever. It's obviously they're lying. It's obviously the aliens. They're coming to devour. And usually, like, you know, it's predictable that they're just going to take us. No, I think they're going to eat us.
They're going to eat us.
Well,
okay.
this is all because of the hot air balloon from China.
Okay.
Because, I mean...
With LEDs?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get me started. I'm getting a little hot.
No, yeah, tell me.
I'm just saying, like, you know, the government, they like to say, you know, it wasn't them. come on, they're always backtracking on what they say. And hot air balloon a few years ago, they shot it up. As soon as I saw it, didn't think it was theirs, they shot it up. So obviously, if they know what's going on, they're just lying to us.
So they just shot it up. Now here's the thought that comes to mind as soon as you said they shot it up, shot it up. First thing that comes to mind with aliens is that you'd see the years ago the reports of UFOs sighted, and it'd be some guy going, "Well, me and Billy Joe, we saw that UFO, so we got our shotgun." These people have conquered interstellar travel. And you're gonna take some buckshot at him, right?
I'm a pretty good shot, guys. I don't know. I think I'm good.
So back to what your alien conspiracy theory. You expand on that. You think that the recent sightings of UFOs.
Yes. Expand on it.
What are your thoughts?
Well, at first I was like, all right, it's the government because they're not shooting them down just like they did that China balloon.
Right.
But then I thought, no, they're trying to use, what is that, reverse psychology. It is the aliens. And they know that. They're working with them. The aliens, they're coming to get us. They're starting with New Jersey. Because when you said Jersey Shore, I mean, it really says all about that population.
And again, if aliens were going to study humanity, what's the easiest way to do it? Just watch TV.
Right. I mean, what would they do if they saw South Park?
Laugh.
They
would laugh. They would go, finally, something makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
South Park takes society's problems and puts logic to it. And that's
I mean, humor as well. We all cope by...
Well, I think by adding logic to what's happening, humor's all that you can come out with. Everything else is illogical absurdity. So anyway, so now I'm trying to follow your train of thought, because everybody's been spotting all these UFOs lately, and last week, as I was coming down Market Street to do the show, I stopped right in the middle of the road because there was just this light just kind of floating.
Yeah.
And it was kind of moving in a way that a plane didn't move. And then it seemed like it's kind of just held still for a minute. And then it shot over here, kind of like from about the Missouri River to the Mississippi.
Yeah.
And then it slowed down. And it was a white light with a bunch of, colors swirling around it.
Just the aliens.
I immediately called my son, who had been telling me there's a bunch of UFO sightings, and I said, "Hey, man, I just saw one of those UFOs, just like what you were talking about." However, in the modern day of drones, that was my first thought. The way that it moved is a drone. However, if it was a drone, it was definitely disguised to be a UFO with the color flashing LEDs going in a circle around it, giving it the UFO saucer effect with a bright light in the middle.
Yeah.
However, Dennis.
Yes. Well, I've got to get down to it.
Yeah, give us the journalistic approach.
Well, UFOs don't exist anymore. They're called UAPs.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
What does that stand for?
You would ask me that.
But you don't know?
Unidentified aerial phenomena.
Okay.
Oh, that's studious.
So they don't call them UFOs anymore. And the whole time they've been saying drones. That's what I heard, not UFO.
Yeah.
Right.
Big difference.
Right.
That's true.
So they're admitting they got these giant yachts offshore, and they're like, well, let's freak some people out.
So what do you think the point of freaking them out is?
Well, my overall thought is this is what we're moving into, Skynet. All right?
Terminator.
Right.
Okay.
Terminator.
Okay.
Terminator.
Let me check Skynet real quick.
This is
he's right.
This is robot surveillance
Okay.
and the all-seeing eye. Yes, we're going to be watched even closer than ever. I mean, they've been watching us for a while through our phones and everything else.
Well, that's what they used to use the birds for. The birds worked for the bourgeoisie.
This is true. I found that out down in Florida one time.
Yeah.
Parasailing.
Yeah.
And some birds were letting the truth be known. It was an odd experience. Anyway, it was odd of the
And
most.
of course, it'll be unveiled that this is all for our safety.
Yeah.
Well, just trying to keep us safe. But then they'll say something like all of a sudden out of the blue, you're only allowed to have 10 head of cattle and you've got 11, sir. We're going to have to arrest you.
Yeah.
And that's when it's going to get ugly.
Oh.
I know that I was only supposed to take 6 fish. I took 7.
Yeah.
How am I going to get into heaven? It's just not going to happen now. Anyway, so but, Alan Parsons Project warned us a long time ago about the eye in the sky.
Right.
So it's here.
Judas Priest did too.
Yeah,
So did Joseph Smith.
Joseph Smith.
I love that guy.
I'm loving that.
Elizabeth Smith. Smart. Anyway, all right. So
Yeah.
yeah. So wow, this videography conversation just took a nice twist.
It did.
But it does tag into some of the stuff you guys are doing with your videos. You guys talk conspiracies. I hate that word, conspiracy.
Why do you hate that word?
Well, because we're not conspiring. We're using our brains to go, you know what? This isn't logical.
Right.
We're using our brains to think for ourselves.
I don't know. Lydia and
They
I,
do not like.
we conspire.
Okay, well, if you
I
have
could
some
board.
plans, I don't know about
I
it.
could abort more than I
We
conspire.
have devious plans.
Malicious.
See, but you can't unveil those.
Oh yeah, we keep them up here in the
This is
noggin.
just like the drone.
And under
See,
the
now
bed.
that's a conspiracy. Conspiring together
Yeah.
for a plan. This is stuff
Plan
that,
to take
we're
down
going,
the drones.
Columbus didn't discover America. That's
Right.
obvious.
Joseph Smith did.
So I just got to throw this out. I'm a nerd, right? And I was recently in Puerto Rico, so of course I'm reading like history because that's what I do. And come to find out, the little island I was on called Vieques, Columbus claimed it, but never stepped foot on it. He pointed at it and said, "That one's mine too." That's in the history books.
That's an efficient mindset.
He was working. He was working for the Queen, man.
He had the privilege to do it. He took what he wanted. That's
He-
exactly what I do.
The only people that did that island worse than the Spaniards for us because we used it for nuclear testing.
I thought you meant you personally.
I used it for some stuff personally too.
Talk about Omar.
Which Omar? All right, this is anybody listening on the radio is like, what in the world's going on? All right,
It's normal. For
that is true. So if you have just tuned in and you're going, what's going on? Our guest tonight is my daughter Lydia Copeland and her friend Briana, our little Bree. As I like.
I'm little Bray.
Little Bray, Lydia and Bray. And they. So what's real quick so I don't mess this up later? What's the YouTube channel with all your YouTube channel?
Briana and Lydia.
And spell it because I kept messing it up.
That'll be Briana and Lydia.
Now, was there a big fight on whose name came first?
Not at all.
No.
No.
No, you just
We said it
She
just
did
made
it.
sense in our mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we like to start fights.
Oh, interesting. Well, hey, let's get physical.
So I don't know if you know this. So what is the actual the name of the actual
Briana
channel?
and Lydia.
Briana and Lydia, and that's where you post all your videos on YouTube. Briana and Lydia. So like she really did say, it's got to be Lydia and Briana. She was going for it.
I came home and I cried.
She cried a little bit. I just want you to know she talked some smack on you that day, girl.
Did you?
He
Well,
had to
you know
hold
what?
me and rock me.
You're my daughter, but I love you too. So I'm just trying. I got your
No,
back
he
too.
took your side.
Well, so here's the thing though. I took her side on that one, but I'm telling you what, when she got her way, she was talking some serious smack on you. I really think you guys should have words right now about this.
Well, I just told you. I have the privilege. I do what I want.
I don't have the privilege she has.
No, you don't. And why is that?
Well,
All right, so let's get back to the videos. We're spinning way out of control, which is perfect. I love this. We kind of got off onto an alien tangent there.
Yeah, but it's more paranormal.
Well,
I say most of the videos I've seen.
yeah.
It
I've
is
seen them all
more
with the 30-minute Q&A. I didn't sit
yeah,
through that one.
that one's.
That one has really nothing. It's not even a skit. It's just
just
us
there.
being us.
You guys had so many fans, though, you had to answer questions.
Well, yeah, lots of them.
Lots of them.
He brings up a good point. There's a lot of paranormal overtones to what
Which
you're
I don't know
doing.
if you know this, but we are paranormal investigators. We've investigated this hotel.
Why was that true?
Yeah,
What,
I've
are
heard
some-
stories.
real.
what are the stories in this hotel?
Oh, there's a lot of them.
There-
Involves hookers,
Okay, well,
That's the type that I
so
like.
well, I was gonna say, let's go back.
transient government.
So the very first investigation we did was Dr. Lynch and Vicky Main. I haven't seen her for years. So
But
they.
he had done those two over at the Limp Mansion.
Oh yeah,
So-
I've been in the catacombs of the
He goes
Limp Mansion.
way back paranormal.
So, I've been involved in some pretty weird
Well,
paranormal.
and you went to school at the Milton Schoolhouse.
Yeah.
That's
and
back in the day.
and I'm telling you what, that
1872.
I still 1872. That was in the 70s, and I still remember that hallway to the gym was creepy. There was just something. Anyway, I'm
Right. So the first investigation is on YouTube, on our YouTube channel.
and that was Dr. Lynch and Vicky Main, and
We did a seance. It was
we
more
did-
of a seance.
it was a bit of a seance. She had what she called dowsing rods, where you can ask a question. So
So
To
who
get
was
to-
here? Her aunt was here.
Jennifer Nelson was here. Cassandra was here. So they're on the video. Yeah. They're. Did we do it? Yeah. Did we video that one? That might have been pre-video even.
I think it was.
That
I think it's just.
It's just audio. Yeah, I think that was before we got the camera. But in the seance, the part he brought up about prostitutes, they were asking some
Dowsing
questions. They were at the dowsing rods, and they said that you could
Ask any question.
ask any questions. And I'm thinking, well, it's a hotel.
Yes or no questions.
And so I said, are any of you prostitutes? And it answered yes. Very quickly. So, but I mean, it's an old hotel. The guy who edits our videos, Alex, this is a story out of school, but about your grandpa, but he's dead now, so he don't mind.
Yeah.
At my wedding, the guy Alex Honky, who edits the videos for this show, said his favorite memory of my dad is that he walked up to him and another guy, Bill, and said, "Hey, I know where there's some loose women. Want to come with me down at the Stratford Hotel?"
That's awesome.
And that's what runs in my veins.
And that was the Stratford Hotel in the year 2000. So it goes back a ways. But that's the prostitute comment. However, we also had
Riverbend Paranormal.
Riverbend Paranormal.
Which spawned two of the ghost hunters for A&E. Brian Murray and Rochelle Dirty Mouth.
Potty Mouth.
Right.
Both of them, really.
Stratton, right?
Because the next day, yeah, both.
Now, the thing about this is Brian Murray is a Marine, and he's very rigid about he's interested, but very skeptical. He's seen something that freaked him out.
I always love those stories.
His eyes were huge,
Yeah.
and I didn't know the group that well,
Neither
but
did I.
his friends were like, "We've never seen him act like this." Yeah, and they've done some very famous places with the ghost hunters from A&E. The Conjuring House,
Oh.
which is a super cool movie.
They did a place that I was at, 'cause again, I'm a nerd and I always get into stuff, but the Mineral Springs, that's in Illinois. There's one mineral spring that still runs. I forget the name of the town. Me and my wife went there, and
Alton, Mineral Springs Mall.
no, that's not. That Mineral Springs is dry. This still got a mineral spring that's running, supposedly.
Okay.
Anyway, they investigated that place, and again, Brian was skeptical. That's why I guess the fact that he freaked out up there. There was
I seen someone walk across the room, basically.
and it's the old skylight room up
He
there.
was in the sky room,
The sky room, yeah.
and he was looking across the piano room, which many people have heard that piano playing in the middle of the night. No one here.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that
That's
at all.
dirty.
Remember the janitor that used to work here, and we'd be recording, and we'd start joking with her about ghosts, and she'd get all freaked out and go, "There are ghosts here," and stop doing that because
Whatever
She
happened to
couldn't
her?
find them.
Whatever happened to her? One day she just like, I can't take it no more. She just
Or
don't want to
had-
work in this building anymore.
possibly got probed by an alien.
Well, No, they don't. They
I'm a
don't.
little jealous.
They don't do that anymore unless you ask for it.
Apartment was
And
allowed.
ask I do.
I'm asking.
Ask I do.
Right. Well, you know, I mean, I'm gonna order off the menu here. so anyway, check this out. I had a memory though. You brought up the Limp Mansion. I was lucky enough to go 5 stories underground, and that place is wild underneath. There's a huge ballroom 5 stories underground. That place is creepy. 5 limps committed suicide in this mansion or whatever. So we're doing this radio thing where a bunch of people won a contest, and it's Halloween, and so they're each in one of the bedrooms. The Limp Mansion is now like a hotel, so they each got a room, and my job is to just sit there in this like lobby between the rooms on the 2nd floor, and every hour they'd say, "Hey, bring the next contestant," and I'd knock on a door and I'd take them down to the catacombs underneath,
Right.
and bring the other people back up. But this goes on all night because there's a lot of them, right? About 4 a.m, there was a piano that looked out, like there's this huge window that overlooks from the 2nd story of the Limp down to the street. And I just was sitting on it, just kind of tinkling, having fun. You know, tinkling on the piano. Yeah, you know, better than dropping a deuce.
You know,
I know what you mean.
So anyway, I'm just kind of playing on the piano, and I've had a lot of odd experiences, but I hear a woman's voice very clearly whisper in my ear, "Get off my piano." And I had to stay there for another 3 hours to finish. And I just kind of stood there. Now I'm afraid to touch that piano because whether it was in my mind or not, I heard it.
That's subliminal.
Right. It doesn't matter to me anymore. I am clearly creeped out.
Right.
and you know, I've had a lot of odd experiences, but that one really got me. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that Limp Mansion for a long time till you brought that up. I hide things in my mind.
I mean, I'd be scared of trauma blocking.
No, you know, in the end, it was just like nothing happened. So, I just didn't play the piano no more. So,
Do you believe in the paranormal stuff, or?
It's hard for me to deny. So here's the thing. Eyes can play tricks.
Okay. That's true.
But I have had a few experiences where I have tried to rub my eyes and wish things away that don't go away, that should. Mm-hmm. And it's hard to deny that.
Right.
So, but is it in the mind? Who knows? Everything's in the mind. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Everything we perceive is in our mind. So, do I imagine things sometimes? You were a part of a weird thing that happened in New York.
Ah, yes.
Okay. So we're staying in this weird house in New York 2 years ago, maybe. Mm-hmm. And man, this place was old. It was seriously old. Originally, it's built on the Finger Lakes in New York, and originally this was a house that was built that rich families who had bad kids would send them there to, it's like the original, take my kids in because I can't handle them kind of place, And the house was odd. You could not shut a door in this house. No matter how many times you shut it and latched it, it would pop back open within a minute.
The door to my room, when I finally got it shut, it took me about 20 minutes to get it open. I had to just slam into it.
So on this property, it was like 53 acres. Mm-hmm. It was one of the oddest pieces. Top 10 odd properties I've been on for sure. Nobody told me what we were coming to. They just said it was 53 acres and you could hike on it. So we get to the house. It's nice, and we start hiking up this trail. And there's this tea house that you sit on, and there's a waterfall underneath it, and it's built for yoga with this the couple who built it were very into Eastern stuff, Buddhism or whatever.
Yeah.
I like stuff better.
Stuff, there you go. Things, stuff and things, both.
Stuffing.
Yeah, stuff. Oh, by the power of stuffing. Anyway, so we'll get to those aliens later. Aliens were at the first Thanksgiving. We'll get to that later. Anyway, so as you walk past this, nobody warns me. You walk past this tea house, which was great, and there's just suddenly a teepee And then there's suddenly a labyrinth. You like, I don't know, you walked past the trail, there's a labyrinth. Like, seriously, that you can walk around that's huge. And you're up on a mountain. There's no road to get there. Somebody brought all this. Then you walk a little farther, there's a purple horse. Just a huge purple horse. And you're kind of like, what is going, like, am I imagining all this? How odd was it?
An anatomically correct purple horse.
It had been castrated.
Space horse? You actually seen Space Horse? Yeah. And you never told me this story? After all we've done for Space Horse?
Sometimes you don't see.
Try to show people that he taught the reindeer to fly.
I'm going to cry.
It's Space Horse
we
season.
see the tears falling.
It is Space Horse season.
I hadn't thought about Space Horse for a minute. And here's the thing.
The Space Horse dance.
You know, sometimes you don't see the forest for the trees. I didn't know that was Space Horse when I saw it.
Yeah.
I looked at Space Horse in the mouth. You're not supposed to do that.
No.
All right. Anyway, that's all just Space Horse. Clippity clop clop.
He was purple.
That's my Christmas hero that I invented years ago. I forgot about him. I thought.
What's the story about Space Horse? I mean, it's Christmas time.
That's true.
Basically, he taught the reindeer to fly, right? And so we expanded on that by talking to kids about this story. And they started giving us details about how Space Horse looked, and they told us he was purple.
A big purple. I didn't even realize. I forgot about Space Horse. I was looking right at this big. I got a picture of that big purple horse right in my phone here.
We have proof of Space Horse.
We do.
Okay, yeah, Space Horse. Wow. So yeah, that was he's my Christmas
see, the
hero.
reindeer were jealous, so they wanted to take full credit for
Right.
being able to fly. So that's why you've never heard the Space Horse story.
Yeah.
Conspiracies.
Did Space Horse come before Santa?
Well, that's a good question. We didn't.
You know, that's a chicken or an egg question.
I was just about to say which came first.
That's a
the
chicken-
Space Horse or the Santa.
And that is a chicken or an egg question. Well,
They both ate mushrooms. We know that.
Interesting.
That's about all we know.
all right. So
Curious.
curiouser and curiouser. So, man, what are we even talking about
We
anymore?
were talking about paranormal experiences at the house in New York.
Okay, there we go. So bringing it back to we were talking about paranormal. You asked me if I believe in paranormal experiences.
Mm-hmm.
So this is so to top it all off. This is everybody's going, hey, you can't close any doors. There's like feelings of like, you know, entities around. I'm hearing some odd things, just audible, you know, oddities that are going on. That's not that unusual though.
The voices.
So to get to the really weird part of it.
Did you hear clip, clop, clippity, clop?
Clip, clop, clippy, clip, clop, clop. That's how Space Horse goes.
Okay.
Dude,
Clippity clop.
I totally forgot about Space Horse.
Hallucinations.
I really,
This is in your mind.
no. So the Space Horse thing it's kind of blowing my mind that he brought that. I kind of forgot about that. To get back to this story, he keeps going back to Space Horse, drawing my mind that way. So what happens in the end in this
Investigating.
in this house that we feel like, you know, nobody will let you shut a door in, and everything has some ghostly type things. The laundry is done in this like cellar type basement.
Very spooky.
Unfinished. It's really, you get in it from a cellar door. Like, it's not really a door, and there's like some weird little stairs that go down. And I don't really do laundry. I thought it was odd. I thought it was unbelievably odd that my wife asked me to go down and switch the laundry
Because Mother Dearest had been hurt the very first day, which also may be a paranormal experience.
and it was Father's Day.
Yes.
Because I had to wait on her on Father's Day. I remember that.
She fell out of a shower, and I heard her crying for help, and I did not help her.
What were you doing?
I was sleeping. I thought someone else would go help her. I'm sorry, Mommy. I thought someone else was coming to your aid.
Oh my gosh. Wowzers.
I heard a big bang as she fell out of the shower, and I heard, like, ah! I was annoyed she woke me up.
You know what? I can't give you too much crap, because one time she fell out of a shower, I think in New Orleans or she falls out of showers a lot. She fell out of a shower in New Orleans, or I forget where we were, but I hear, oh, bang! bang, boom, pop. And it's like she went off a wall, she went off another wall, and she went to the ground. So I go running in, not thinking she's on the ground. And I open the door and I hit her in the head with the door because she's on the ground. So I'm no better than, I would have been better if I would have left her like you did. Anyway, to get back to the story here, in an odd turn of events, my wife asked me to go in this little weird cellar and change the laundry. And so I do. I go down and I change the laundry, and I'm changing the laundry. And just like that little voice that said, "Get off my piano," I hear an old lady's voice say, "Stand still." Whoa, I'm in a creepy basement, and I just heard a voice whisper in my ear. Now, I'm okay, you know, I mean, maybe it's just my head playing tricks on me because I'm in this weird place, right? But everything in me tells me to heed the advice. So I do. I just stand still for literally like, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes.
This guy's crazy.
I just stand still because and then I hear the voice say, "Okay, go now." And I walked up and I just walked out the basement door. Seems like a non-event, right? Except for the backside of the story is they're trying to play a joke on me. They locked me in the basement.
Oh, yeah.
That's why my wife asked me to go down there to play a joke on me and lock me in this creepy basement.
That's weird.
But the door was unlocked for me. But I had to wait for it to get unlocked.
Yeah, I
had a calling.
There was also something happened with the bathroom door. It was something happened to Lisa.
Oh. I can't remember. She kept hearing a voice or something.
Yeah,
something with the bathroom. Yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
So some other oddity that my sister-in-law from New Jersey.
Yeah. So it might have been the aliens.
I mean, her time's limited anyway, right?
Yeah.
her days are numbered. Anyway, she's a skeptic to these sort of oddities, but something happened to freak her out in that house. Anyway, so little things like this have kept me a believer. And nothing has been proved to me, but nothing has been disproved to me, and that is science.
That is science. That's philosophical.
So
now, Lydia did tell me one time that you were driving along a highway.
Nevada.
Nevada.
Yeah. So Brian Murray made me tell this one once before.
Okay.
Before we tell this, we'll do a tease.
Okay. All right.
Just so everybody knows, you're listening to Riverbend Talent. We're talking about Briana and Lydia YouTube channel. So it's a real thing.
It is. There's a lot, and they make videos, and there's a big paranormal oversight it keeps leading us into different conversations here. But anyway, so
it's brought to you by Halpin Music Company and Mr. Matt Van Voorhis of Macias Insurance.
Who is dead sexy.
Friday for just a second, there's some important things we need to touch on for Friday night.
Look, as long as I get to say how sexy Matt Van Voorhis is, he's
you get to
dead
talk
sexy.
about your
Dead
skinwalker experience here in a minute. How about that?
All right, I'll shut up.
So there's a warming center benefit. That's what I want to talk about.
That's warming.
That's very warming. Pisaw Canyon, Aaron Joe, and our unknown.
Aaron
Miss
Joe
Enoch.
Paddlefoot. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're one of your favorites.
Aaron Joe Enoch.
Enoch.
That's Jackson and Juliet's aunt.
Oh.
There you go. Got a new name, Enoch.
Yeah, well,
That's
I
her
don't
last
know.
name.
All right. And if she's
It's her actual last name.
if she's teaching, that's her
Yes.
that's her teaching name.
That's her profession name.
Yeah.
Okay. You know about Enoch, right?
Oh, I know Enoch.
Okay.
Paddlefoot. That's what I know her as.
Anyways, 8 o'clock at the conservatory for the Warming Center benefit. How about that band, Our Unknown? Also on Friday night, Triple Threat at Fast Eddie's. Pat Liston at Bakers and Hale.
Nice.
Hollinger at George's Pub and Grill in Jerseyville. Flipside at the Route 66 Kickstand in Granite City. They're looking for acoustic acts down at Deutsch. If you're an acoustic act, head down there. Justice in the Experience playing Jacob Myers Tavern in Granite City, which has been bought, and they're starting to do new stuff there.
Happy to hear that.
And Edwardsville's been changed to Sam's Last Chance Saloon. That might confuse a few people. Dueling pianos at the Wildy Theater. And here's something I heard you talking about on my mix the other night. Ugly sweaters. It was Ugly Sweater Day.
Ugly Sweater Day, yeah. Man,
There's a lot of ugly sweater parties happening this weekend.
absolutely.
Right now.
Got mine on right now.
There you go.
I think that's purdy.
Thanks.
And all these shows are listed at cottonmouth.org. So there you go.
And so bringing up Pat Liston, as of right now, we're looking at getting Danny Liston here on here. Sure, I think on the 16th, I believe we've got him temporarily set up. Me and him been talking, and we're working it out this time.
Anthology was or is playing soon at the Wildie Theater. I think it's next week.
Man, I tell you what, and those Liston brothers, boy.
If he's still in that band, because they changed the members. Remember?
Yeah. They switch it up.
Tyler from Fields not in that anymore. So
and man,
that's because super busy.
dude, I was going to say they were out on tour with Blackberry Smoke for months on end, man. And those guys are just one of the many amazing local bands, but definitely one that's kind of reaching some heights there.
Okay, back to your story.
Which story?
Nevada.
The Nevada desert.
I was in Nevada at camp when the counselor said no.
At band
One
camp.
time at band camp. So
Start a serious drug collection.
the tendency is to push it. We're in backcountry,
Little
bro.
fear and loathing.
We're in backcountry.
Okay, so tell them.
I'm in that state of mind today, bro. I've had a Hunter Thompson I've had a great Hunter Thompson-esque day, man.
Well, expand on it. Through the Nevada story.
So the Nevada story goes like this. Why are we talking about me? Why aren't we talking about them?
Because it was brought up.
Let's talk about paranormal.
Okay, paranormal. There we go. You're bringing me back to it. Paranormal. There we go. At least it has relevance of something. So this was, I'm coming down a highway through Nevada, New Mexico, and I'm in a car there's two other people in the car. They're both asleep. And all of a sudden, I'm the only one awake in the car, and I'm going down this highway, and I suddenly see this person running beside the car. And I look out, and there they are, running. And they got their arms up, they're running, and the guy's looking at me and smiling and waving like he's just so happy to see me as he's running 60 miles an hour down the highway. And I'm like, oh, I've been awake a while. Maybe I should sleep. I don't know. But if I go to sleep now, I'm no good for like 32 hours. I'm going to sleep a long time, and I got to get home. So I'm going to keep going. And I'm rubbing my eyes. I'm trying to get this thing to go away, and it will not go away. So I try to outrun it. I'm doing 80 miles an hour, 90 miles an hour. This thing is keeping up with me and laughing and smiling as he runs.
He's waiting.
You got to watch the video. It's stupid. It's way stupid. Anyway, but true to the best of my memory. So anyway, it doesn't matter. This thing it won't go away, and it goes on for miles and miles, and I can't outrun it. I can't. There's no way to get away from this thing. And all of a sudden, I keep going down, and all of a sudden we hit this point where it just kind of, it had been an hour, it just veers off into the distance and disappears. And to me, I'm like, okay, that was wild. And I don't want to tell poor kids that are sleeping. I'm friends with their mom. I had taken them to see some Dead shows. I don't want to freak they're like 16. I don't want to freak these kids out.
How old were you?
Yeah, I don't know, 21, 22.
Suspect.
So you want to talk suspect? I'll give you for real. This is some stuff that Dad probably should not even divulge to his daughter. But
are you bringing up your lawyer, Ben?
No.
I know about Layla.
No,
I know plenty.
No. So on this particular trip, on the way there, this is on the way back from being in Salt Lake City and out where out west. On the way there, I'm driving a car that doesn't belong to me. The car I had, I didn't think would make it, and this girl said, you can take my car, just let me use your car to run around town. So I'm in a car, I got two teenage boys that they're sons of a friend of mine. One of them's named Hash.
Classic.
Anyway.
That's awesome. Why didn't you name me that?
I wanted to name you Psychedelia, and your mother would not let me. I wanted
my life.
I wanted to name your brother Ellis, middle name D.
This is why I let her fall out of the shower.
Anyway, so on the way there, I'm driving a car. I got 2 teenage boys. I'm driving a car registered to a girl. I'm not a girl. And it hits me, I don't have an ID on me. I left town in such a hurry. I don't have my ID. You know how I am.
Yeah.
I leave all the time without my wallet. I just do. I got a pocket full of cash. I'm going to be okay in Vegas or, wherever I'm heading. Yeah, it was Vegas, I think. Yeah, it was Vegas. But I didn't have an ID. Who goes to Vegas without an ID? Backstory of this weirdness is Oklahoma bombings had just happened. Oklahoma City bombings had just happened. As I drive through Oklahoma City, the FBI the lights are on the place. It's the middle of the night, the lights are on. This is how fresh the wound of Oklahoma City bombing is. And they were blaming the Oklahoma City bombings on retaliation for Waco, which was when our government burned some people in Waco. When that Waco thing happened, I was in a creepy little heavy metal band, and I wrote a song about it.
Is this why you got a tattoo of it?
And I ended up with a tattoo of Waco on my arm.
Very bad jail tattoo.
Very bad. I was at a party. This is how bad of a tattoo it was. It resembled Texas. With a big explosion, a little, and it was all jailhouse style, just like blue ink. And the guy who was at the party giving the tattoos, who looked at me, his name was 8-Ball or something stupid like that.
Why couldn't I have gotten some cool names, man?
Anyway, I don't know. Anyway, God love him, he was a good dude.
8-Ball and Hash.
He looked. I know, what a wild life it's been. It's been a crazy ride.
Classic duo.
Anyway, years apart these were. Anyway, he looks at me before giving me this tattoo, as we are both way too intoxicated to be engaging in, and says, "I'll give it to you for free, or it's $1 if you want a new needle." And I said, "I'll take the new needle," and paid $1 for it. So to go forward back to it, this is making a short story really, really long. I'm driving past the Oklahoma City, and I'm wearing this soft cap. All of the Oklahoma City bombings are being blamed on John Doe 1 and 2, and there's these sketches, and all my friends are saying, "You look just like John Doe 2." That's what they're telling me. That everybody says you look just. So I
think you did it.
Dude, I thought.
You see how guilty you look?
Let me tell you something. If they would have pulled me over, I would have went down for it. They would have framed it on me. There's no. I have no ID. I got a Waco tattoo. I got 2 teenage boys. One named Ash. I'm in a car, and I got no good excuse for any of this nonsense. But it was all just total coincidence. Anyway, that's
sure coincidence. So
as I'm going home through this desert, that's when this weirdness happened with that. I get home, I don't want to tell those kids, but I tell our friend Bill. As soon as the same guy who was with Alex, that your grandpa said, "Hey, I know where there's some loose women."
Is that Layla Bill?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So my good friend Bill Borland, rest in peace.
Eddie
Eddie and Eddie, rest in chaos. Anyway, so I come home, and he's the I live kind of with a dude or whatever. We got a house that we share. So I say, "Hey, dude."
Except you live in the RV.
Well, I live in an RV outside the house he lives in. Is the way it really works. So I tell him what happened. But we write it off as just weirdness, right?
Yeah.
Fast forward years later, I'm married to your mom. It's the age of television where you had like 5 or 6 channels to choose from. People had cable, but not us. And we're watching this thing that's a paranormal, investigation, whatever. And they have these things on this strip of highway that I was on. They called shapeshifters.
That's what it was.
That are they were calling them shapeshifters, and they are exactly what I saw. A guy who's almost sort of faceless, but with a hat, waving and running with the car. And I'm telling your mom, I saw one of those things. It's weird. And as soon as I say it, the phone rings, and it's my buddy Bill going, dude, you know what you saw? I said, yeah, I'm watching it. He goes, I'm watching it too. It's exactly how you described it.
Yeah.
And so I do that. It went on for an hour. I couldn't. Back to, do I believe? Well, it's hard to not believe what I just saw, but was it in my mind?
I mean, if they're
Outer
exciting.
space, outer space, inner space, who knows, right? The final frontier, baby.
Everything's
The
in your
mind.
head. Like Fiona Apple says, everything's in your head, man.
Piano
Love
outfit
it.
still around. So we're
Oh, yeah.
talking to
I hope she
Briana
is.
and
She
Lydia.
is. Love her.
Well, actually, we're listening to Lydia's father tell stories.
Why?
Classic.
Why?
This happens every week. Don't worry.
Typical
I will
Pigpen.
say it is Briana.
Did I say it wrong?
Not Briana.
Briana.
That's it.
Ah.
Oh,
was a little-
get over yourself. Get
little
over
I'm
yourself.
not getting over myself.
Get over yourself, Brianna.
A little pretentious.
Your cabbage.
of
Your cabbage.
I can't have him pronouncing it wrong.
Well, you know,
You could.
that's called phonetic language, which
Yeah.
allows people to find it by how I said it. See, spelled out, and A-N-A.
You're
That's-
pretentious.
I'm pretentious.
Radio.
Pretentious.
Look.
That's true.
We don't
Get over
expect
yourself.
you
Your
guys-
cabbage, girl.
I'm
Your
cabbage.
cabbage.
I'm pretentious.
It's a Jersey thing.
It's a Jersey.
Actually, I failed to mention, yes, I am from New Jersey. I was actually on Jersey Shore.
Classic.
Little Bree. All right, so
So you guys tell us about your YouTube channel.
please.
Well,
Okay, it was a total random like spark of creativity just in a Walmart, and we decided after that first video it was really fun to do, so we kept on doing it. Although lately we've been falling through.
yeah,
Look into the microphone when you talk to us. There you go.
be a little more head on.
Well, now I'm a little scared.
Nah, don't be. So here's the thing though. The early videos, you're just cameras, just phones.
Yeah.
So let's just skip straight to the latest video. Well, there's a lot of minutia in between, but let's get down to the brass tacks, as they say.
Something about wide.
Well, so the Wide Woman is a spoof on Slenderman, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. But the absolute newest one
Just dropped a couple hours ago.
dropped a
about
couple
evening.
hours ago. What's it called?
The Jehovah's Witness.
The Jehovah's Witness, and just give us a basic rundown of the story.
It's based off an old Ukrainian folktale, and it's about this person that was, kicked out of the Latter-day Saints church, and they had alopecia of the eyebrow, and in order to, seek revenge, they would go around to little children's houses who didn't behave their mother and father, and, cleanse them of their eyebrows, and it's kind of about their return, if that makes sense.
Now, this just started because we had filmed a previous video, but it wasn't going to hit like
Yeah.
we wanted it to. But I really wanted to get rid of my eyebrows. I mean, that's all I ever wanted to do. And I'm thinking about, really going for the cut. But we'll see. And now I finally got to do it. And it made me look at myself like I was more scarier than ever before. And brought me
That's
immense
power.
joy. The
You're
privilege I have.
scaring me a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to advise you both to sit down and watch Pink Floyd The Wall, because that is a very pinky thing. The shaving of the eyebrows is a very pinky thing to do.
It was, she wasn't quite ready to go for the full shave. So we had to try and glue them down, and it really just did not go well.
Yeah.
So it's a difficult task. I don't know how drag queens do it, but I'd love to learn one day. Maybe go to Bubbies and Sissies and ask for some advice.
And this is a truism, because you've been asking me for years if I could get you in a drag
I
show.
want to see a drag show so
then every
bad.
now and again there are drag shows that are open to underage. Most of them happen in adult settings.
Unfortunately,
They had a drag race
I
where
love.
drag queens actually raced.
Oh, so
Are
they
you
combined the two
serious?
drag races.
Yeah.
Interesting.
In high heels and
That's
night,
incredible. That's what I want to do with my life.
Yeah.
We'll set up an event.
What?
You can set up your own event.
Yeah. Should we
Film.
learn?
Let's do it.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. We're on it.
I think you have your next video.
Yes.
The drag queens.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
We can
right.
make it happen.
We
So-
can make it happen.
So what I was trying to get to a minute ago about the newest video is the production value has gone way up from the early videos.
Appreciate that.
Is it a difference in cameras or just the way you've learned to shoot them better?
Learning to shoot him better. I mean, just the experience, really.
I think a big piece is also our early videos were mostly just us.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we didn't have a tripod, we didn't have a camera person, we didn't have microphones. But with other people, we have access to fun costumes and more ideas and, just help.
And you brought up the microphone portion of it too, because the audio production that's a big portion of it. Because in some of the early videos, you can tell you're in a White Castle with a camera, and it's great because that takes me back to doing guerrilla video back in the day, which. Whew, we did a lot of. It was, that's fun. But
So where do you tap into these resources of new people helping you?
Just buddies. We just say, hey, you want to be in a video? And they're like, sure.
Nice.
and you have a crew.
Yeah.
Give a shout out to the crew.
We got our most recent video, we had Leah Cole and Deshaun Miller. Incredible. They were really awesome.
But our normal crew.
Our normal crew, we have Emily Carter as the Wide Woman, Keezer Butler as Ling Ling, Madeline Morris is always there to help out, people like Jackson Meza, Oliver Nixon, that would be our...
And there's one video you guys did that had a huge amount of people in it. It was one of those like dancing around school video. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know that one either.
It might have just been a TikTok video or something.
Yeah.
You did it at school, and it had a whole bunch of people in it, though.
I know what he's talking about. He's talking about when we did the Pitch Perfect.
Oh, yeah, we took a summer school PE class, and we didn't do PE. We filmed TikToks for 3 hours a day, and we passed with flying colors. It was incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to PE teachers.
Yeah, shout out to
Coach Copeland.
He now works at the...
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Coach Copeland,
So,
incredible. Love that guy.
all right. Coach Copelands are everywhere.
Yeah.
They're taking
He's
over
another
the world.
conspiracy, though.
All right. So,
So you guys write and produce these videos, right?
Yep.
Do you guys do most of the writing and producing?
We normally come up with the base ideas, and then just whoever we're with will... A lot of it is, kind of improv. We get a base idea, and then just kind of go with it.
yeah.
So...
I'm feeling that.
Yeah. Now, instead of strict dialogue, here's an outline.
yeah.
Here's how the story plays out. Go. Yeah, which makes it a lot more fun because, as you say, the stream of consciousness is allowed to open at times, which is fun. So anyway, it is. So any ideas for what your next video is going to be?
Well, as you said, the drag queens.
Drag queens, right?
Yeah.
See?
On our way here, we did see this little thing running across the
This
road.
little rodent, no idea what
No
it was.
idea.
Disgusting.
Lydia's like, oh, what is that?
I thought it was a beaver.
As we get, I thought it was a raccoon. As we get closer, it looks like it's a mesh of the two going into the sewer.
like a turducken. It was.
Oh yeah. So we're
Chupacabra?
Yeah.
so maybe going into more of like the cryptid kind of feel.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So-
Okay. There you go.
For you that I just seen today that's recently come out in the news. Squirrels are eating rodents.
I heard about
What
that.
about that?
Aren't squirrels herbivores?
Carnivorous squirrels.
That's scary.
They-
Squirrels really scare me.
They have pictures of them carrying rodents in their mouth.
Oh.
Carnivorous squirrels. That's a good name for a band.
That is.
Right. Just as I say it, it rolls off the
is.
tongue really good. Hey, we are the carnivorous squirrels. Thank you, Cleveland.
They've been trying for years to run people off the roads.
Hey.
If you've ever tried to run down a squirrel, it's not easy.
No, they're fast.
You
They're
could run
fast.
off the road trying.
Have you tried?
So,
Everyone's tried. They're so annoying. They stand right in the middle of the road like, go ahead, try.
Oh, I'm so scared of squirrels. I hate that they're carnivores now. That you've just terrified me. I won't sleep tonight.
New power.
It does.
You know what scares me?
What?
Clowns.
Don't
Do
touch
you
me.
remember that?
I do.
Okay.
I'm shaking in my seat.
and for that video, go to cottonmouth.org and you can see the Clown Scare Me video.
An incredible production.
Thank you.
Oh, man. So there you go. So, hey, Thanks for coming down. Thanks for
you for
being here.
having me.
No, thanks for being here tonight. It has made my evening very enjoyable to sit here and chit chat with you two.
So Saturday, the Well Hungarians are in town.
That sounds awesome.
Exactly.
I'm
Bring
titillated.
that.
I'm titillated by that
Yeah,
fact.
they're doing a third shoot. So
All right.
that
Third
band's
shoot.
been around for a long, long time, Pigman.
No, yeah, man. That's decades.
long as we have.
Decades.
Right.
Decades.
So I point that out. Forge Cafe's doing Roper.
Good for
Pretty
them.
legal, right? How about Wrath of Khan?
Nice.
Yeah, they're playing down at the
Devious.
Pump House in Wood River. And Free Rider.
Right. It's my buddy, man. Love me some Tree. And I love George's.
Two Pedros are not drag queen.
Tres amigos. The
They're probably
Pedros.
Mexicans that are playing graphic wine. And of course, the scruffy looking nerf herder.
Love that name. Who's been heard her?
Oh yeah.
Look out for all the
Rise up.
ugly sweater parties going on this week.
Going
Just to
down,
find out all
going
the stuff I didn't mention at cottonmouth.org. Thanks to Mr. Matt Van
Boris.
Voorhis.
Gotta get a little nipple
They
twist.
call
Hey, a family show, girl.
Yeah.
This ain't your YouTube where you can say any old thing you
He
want.
has mammary glands.
Okay.
Get it right.
I think I said it.
Okay. All right. We'll let you slide.
It's not one of the 5 words.
I was mentioning Matt Van Voorhis. See, I try to pronounce this correctly because I noticed you guys even went in and did the closed caption thing. And
Yeah.
it's like so off. You gotta like change stuff.
Yeah.
And they always get my sponsor, Matt Van Voorhis. They say Voorhis or
Oh.
Voorhis.
Gotta get that.
what's some of them I brought up? There's some really weird ones
Yeah.
that I don't remember right.
AI is not perfect.
And
But it's darn close.
Still learning. We're
I
still
love it.
learning.
they can
Under
get,
construction.
they can get Halpin sometimes.
Proud of him.
So,
Sometimes it's hailing, which I don't see how that happens.
but we thank the Halpin Music Company. We advise everybody to go get an instrument from Halpin Music Company and then call Matt Van Boris of Macias Insurance. Insure that instrument. So, it's
And we invite
Good to go.
Briana
Eh,
and Lydia to get sponsors to pay for your videos.
That's the word.
that's
Yeah.
the word.
So they're looking for
bird
sponsors.
is the word.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyone, you guys go to Alton High, right?
Yes, we do.
So,
Yeah.
a lot of people like to support schools.
My education needs funding.
Right.
Journalism.
Journalism.
Journalism students.
Yes.
Future student.
Singular.
Future journalist.
Yep, that's me.
I'm so sorry.
I know.
The hot red chili peppers. The plan that
Whoa.
I love it. Sex
As a
magic
tribute,
blood.
obviously.
Sex magic blood.
And this is Magic at the Mill weekend, Saturday night. All
Love
the
it.
magicians
Love it.
Down there at the Mill.
Nice, nice. And big shout out to the people putting on all the free Christmas shows down at the mill.
Briana.
It's Briana.
Briana. I can go with whatever.
Officially, it's Briana. No, that's how.
Brianna.
Brianna. Get over yourself, Brianna. No,
Now, Pigpen changes all the band's names that come in here anyways. So,
some of them
all
need
part of
change.
Swiss Dexic.
You are
That was good. That was good.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
clever.
very good. If we had like laughter, I would have played it.
Just imagine it. It's there.
I let him do the laughing. There you go.
Classic.
All right. Hey, thanks for coming down.
Thank you for having me. Happy birthday.
It is
This is my present to you. My presents.
It has made my birthday very enjoyable. Thank you. Thanks to everyone for listening. Everybody get out and support local music, art, and video makers.